Okay. Here we go. All right. Ladies and gents. Okay. We're going to do the basics of this today. Tomorrow, it's going to get a lot harder.
A lot?
Like a lot? A lot.
Like a lot?
A lot, because the problems we're going to do tomorrow are several basic steps before you can get the answer.
I see.
Okay, so today's kind of stuff is just getting the groundwork for what we really need to do. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Y'all be quiet.
Okay. So what we're doing today is we're going to talk about parallel lines that are cut by a transversal. What are parallel lines? Lines that don't touch. Okay. So if you had to identify your parallel lines here, which ones are they? M and N. So M is parallel to N. That's what that means. M is parallel to N. Okay. A transversal is a line that cuts through the parallel lines. So what is your transversal here? A is your transversal. Okay. Okay. There's some other words that you're going to need to remember in this section. Exterior. Exterior means we're outside the parallel lines. So, exterior is outside the parallel lines. 4 and 8 and 1 and 5 are exterior. Okay, so 4 and 8, 1 and 5 are exterior points. Okay, we also have a section that is interior. Okay, interior is inside the parallel lines. So that would be 2 and 3, 6 and 7. Okay, so it doesn't matter how I turn my picture. If I turn my picture like this, M and N are still your parallel lines. A is still your transversal. Yes. I can flip it the whole way around like this. M and N are still your parallel lines, and A is still your transversal. So it doesn't matter how it's positioned. Okay? You need to identify your parallel lines and your transversal. Okay? We're going to talk about some hardcore vocabulary now. So, your first one. Same side interior angles. Same side interior angles. Okay, here's your definition. Same side interior angles are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So, your keywords here are same side and interior. Hey, Bobo.
Why? You guys don't know me? They got chicken
Here's your stuff for today, Bobo. Just for you.
See, not gonna win.
Okay.
I want both of the win.
I mean, you're not here. We're gonna use your stuff.
Okay.
Keep going. Okay, shut up. Please.
I know Bobo has joined us. We still need to focus.
Where's your clear?
Oh my God.
Here comes Jameer. Hey, Jameer.
ETG on
Here, Jameer. Here's your stuff for today, Jameer. Just for you. Oh, he threw it on the floor. Did you see that?
So rude.
Right. So rude. So rude. We'll just give Jameer an F. It's okay. That's what he gets for throwing my papers on the floor. All right. So when they're talking same side, when you think same side, we're looking in terms of your transversal. Okay. So my angles have to be on the same side of the transversal. Interior has to do with your parallel lines. So I need two angles that are on the same side of the transversal and inside the parallel lines. So take a look at this picture. Hands up if you can give me two angles that are on the same side of the transversal inside my parallel lines.
Tay.
What you got, Tay?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. 2 and 3 are on the same side of the transversal. They're both on the top of the transversal, and they're inside the parallel lines. So, angle 2 and angle 3. Okay. There's one more. Who can give me the other one? 6 and 7. Okay. Same side interior angles are supplementary, which means that they're what? They have to equal 180. So angle 2 plus angle 3 should equal 180 degrees. And angle 6 and angle 7 should equal 180 degrees. Okay, they're supplementary. So when I add the two together, I should get 180.
How do you know they supplement? Well, that says it right there.
Question. How do y'all do anything inside the bullshit?
No.
It says supplement.
Okay, so keep this in mind. Same side starts with a what?
S.
S. What does supplementary start with?
S.
S. That is a good way to remember it. Same side starts with an S. Supplementary starts with an S. So they are supplementary.
Then also, if you can't remember that they have to add up 180 to
Okay.
They do. Why do you make that face at me? Because, look, so
Okay. The next one. Same side exterior angles. So again, my keywords are same side. This is in terms, again, of the transversal. So they have to be on the same side of your transversal. But this time, they're exterior along your parallel lines. So, same side of the transversal, but exterior. So, outside your parallel lines. Okay. What's up? Oh, you think you got one? What you got, Jameer? 1 and 4. 1 and 4 are same side exterior angles. They're both on the top of the transversal, outside of your parallel lines. And 5 and 8. Perfect. Angle 1 and angle 4 angle 5, and angle 8. Again, same side, so these are also supplementary. So they equal 180. So I can add angle 1 and angle 4, and that should equal 180. And I can add angle 5 and angle 8, and that should also equal 180.
These carrots were really good if you wanted to know that.
Were they? I don't really like carrots all that much.
That's why we're glasses.
I'm just saying, for real.
Because I had already stapled, that's your homework. I had already stapled it to theirs because they weren't here. I had to pass the homework out to everyone else. That's all. You'll get it. All right. The third one. Okay. The third one. Alternate. So no longer are we on the same side. One has to be on the top and one has to be on the bottom. So we're looking alternate in terms of your transversal. Again, interior. So we're back inside your parallel lines. Okay. Look though. It says non-adjacent. So they cannot be side by side. They have to be non-adjacent. So what did you say, Kenley? 2 and 7. One's on the top, one's on the bottom, and they're not side by side. So angle 2 and angle 7. Okay, they cannot be side by side. So 2 and 7, 6 and 3. Okay. No longer am I dealing with same side. So no longer am I supplementary. All of these angles are congruent. So what does that mean? If they're congruent, what does the word mean? They're the same. So if they're congruent, that means angle 2 equals angle 7. Angle 6 equals angle 3. Holy cow, these magnets are powerful. Yes. This thing hooks onto my filing cabinet, and like the metal from this. Yeah, they're strong. Okay. Alternate exterior angles. So again, alternate, they have to be one on top, one on the bottom of my transversal. Exterior, so now they're outside of my parallel lines. And again, these have to be non-adjacent, so they cannot be side by side. 1 and 8, 5 and 4. These are also congruent. So that means if angle 1 is 1 degree, angle 8 is that same degree. Angle 5 should also equal angle 4. Okay. So now we're just outside the parallel lines instead of inside. And you've got one on top and one on the bottom.
Oh my God, I'm bleeding.
Bro, I did not mean to cut myself.
All right. we're going to jump down here. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are in the same position relative to the transversal. Okay, so when you think corresponding, think intersections. Intersections. Okay, we're going to think intersections. So what I mean by that is if this is stop sign, this is intersection 1. Intersection 1. This is intersection 2. Okay. If you look at intersection 1, and I tell you which angle is in the top left of intersection 1, what would you tell me? Okay. So if we're looking top left of intersection 1, that matches up with top left of intersection 2. So your corresponding angles are angle 1 and angle 3. Which one corresponds to angle 2? 4. So this is top left. This is top right. Bottom left is going to be angle 5 and angle 7. So this is bottom left. And angle 6 and angle 8 is bottom right. So in order to be corresponding, you have to be in the same position. So you're going to have 2 separate intersections when you do corresponding. One has to be in the first intersection, one has to be in the second one, and they must be in the same position. So again, top right, top left, top left. Okay, these are also congruent. So that means angle 1 equals angle 3. Angle 2 equals angle 4. Angle 5 equals angle 7. And angle 6 equals angle 8. Okay, they're all congruent. These next 2 we talked about yesterday. So we should be pretty okay with these next 2. The next one are vertical angles. Okay. Remember, vertical angles are across the V of 2 lines that have crossed together. So if I start you with angle 1, the one across the V from angle 1 is angle 6. If I give you angle 2, 2 and 5. Okay, 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 8, and 7 and 4. Talk to me, Kenley. You're fine. So when I go up here, vertical angles are formed by 2 lines that cross, and they're across the V. So if I'm at 3, across this V is 8. Okay? So 3 and 8 go together, 7 and 4 go together.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have any more, you know how you said like S and S supplementary? Do you have any more of those?
Everything else is congruent.
Oh, okay.
Unless they make a line.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else is congruent unless they make a line. Okay? So these ones are congruent, which means angle 1 equals angle 6. Angle 2 equals angle 5. Angle 3 equals angle 8. And angle 4 equals angle 7. Holy cow.
Who fell?
Nobody fell.
Oh, yeah. Stop worrying about it.
Allie's just losing everything back there.
Well,
It all jumped out of her hand. I watched it. It went, ah! And just jumped onto the floor.
There's a lot of crazy things happening.
I totally believe that. All right. Linear pair. A linear pair is a pair of adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. There are a ton of these, and no, we are not going to write them all. Remember, linear, so they must make a line. So, linear pair must make a line. So, give me a set of linear pairs. Any of them. 3 and 7 is a linear pair. Angle 3 and angle 7. They're side by side and form a line. 1 and 5. What else can we do? 5 and 6. 3 and 4. Okay, I'm going to stop there because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 of them total. Okay, as long as they are side by side and they make a line, they are. So, angle 3 plus angle 7 should equal 180. So, the only ones that are supplementary are same side, they start with an S, or if they create a line. Okay. You normally don't have to do anything with this last set, but you should be able to recognize if they have no relationship whatsoever. Okay, so you're not necessarily going to have to solve any that don't have a relationship, but you might have to look at it and say, we can't do anything with that. They don't have a relationship. I don't know what that is. So, for instance, angle 1 and angle 7 have no relationship. Angle 1 is outside the parallel line. Angle 7 is inside the parallel line. They have no relationship. Okay? 2 and 8 have no relationship. Angle 5 and angle 3. Angle 6 and angle 4. There's a lot of them. Okay, again, yes, ma'am. They're still equal to 180. So if they have no relationship, they equal 180. So angle 1 plus angle 7 should equal 180 degrees.
But how? Right.
Okay, so here's your thing. So let's go back up here. Let's talk about this for a minute. So he's throwing stuff on the floor now. We all throwing stuff. All right. So let's say angle 5 is 60 degrees. Actually, let me get a darker color because that didn't show up very well. Okay, angle 5 is 60 degrees. If angle 5 is 60 degrees, what does that make angle 2?
60 degrees.
How do you know that?
Because they are.
Because they're vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. So this is 60 degrees. Okay? If angle 5 is 60 degrees, what does that make angle 7?
60.
Why?
Because they're the same thing.
5 and 7 are what kind of angles?
Congruent.
I agree that angle 7 is 60 degrees, but you got to be able to tell me why. Corresponding. Thank you. For those that got louder in the back. Okay. 5 and 7 are corresponding angles. So 7 is 60 degrees. If 7 is 60 degrees, what's 4? Why? They're vertical angles. Okay. 5 and 4 are the same because they're alternate exterior angles. Okay. They're alternate exterior angles. Okay. So if 5 is 60 and 5 and 1 make a straight line, what does that make 1? 120. So what does that make 6? What's 3? What's 8? So now, if you look at those angles that had no relationship, so for instance, 1 and 7. 1 is 120, 7 is 60. They equal 180.
Whoa.
Why does that happen? Because 7 and 5 are the same. Well, if 5 and 1 make 180, 7 and 1 are also going to make 180 if 7 and 5 are the same. Okay, so it kind of all works and weaves together. Okay, questions? Okay, we're going to do 4 examples. This actually glues in sideways on page 52. So, Demir and Bobo, all you really missed was the warm-up today. If you just put that you were absent, like put the date and put that you were absent on there so I make sure I still grade it. Guys, don't forget if you're absent on your warm-up pages. Please make sure you put the date and the fact that you were absent so you don't lose points for not having it. 52. Okay. Okay.
Wait, now we're on what page is this?
I don't think I like him over here. He can't hear me well over here.
You're not boring today.
You're honey, 4 o'clock. I got you. Like, do what you gotta do. I glued mine in sideways on page 52. Why are your pages off again? 52 should be this one. Yes, I don't know how you keep getting off on your pages. Why is this one in here?
I like myself.
You're not where it belongs. No, those are supposed to be your warm-up pages. Your warm-up pages are all kinds of wrong. Like, I don't know. You want my best friend? We're gonna have to. I don't know, because you're gonna lose major points if we don't get back in.
I'm just gonna
So we might have to.
pretend you didn't do that.
We might have to get
That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do. Okay, that's all I can do. I can't get that out of my head now. Thanks to you.
You're gonna run out of pages.
And
your pages are gonna be all So we might have to take some time after school next week and get your notebook back in. I don't want you to lose major points.
So what do you want me to do?
Just glue it in on your next page. That way you don't lose anything, and we'll take care of it. Okay. All right. So now that you know the relationship and you know whether they're supplementary or congruent, we can solve for missing variables. Okay. So same side interior angles. I want you to also put here, same side, they can change it up and they can use the word consecutive. Okay, so if they use the word consecutive, that means same side. And why are they going to use that? Because it's going to confuse the heck out of you. Okay?
Like consecutive.
You're going to look at it and you're going to go consecutive. Okay? 10? Okay? So, same side and consecutive. They will interchange it just to confuse you. Okay, we're talking same side interior angles. So let's open this up. Okay, same side interior angles are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Okay, so they have to be inside your parallel lines on the same side of the transversal. This time my picture got turned. Okay, so this time instead of my same sides being on the top and on the bottom, my transversal now goes up and down. So my same side's either going to be on the left or on the right. So your same side interior angles can be this one and this one. They're both on the left. Or this one and this one. They're both on the right. Again, they're on the same side of that transversal. So 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and they have to be inside your parallel lines. Okay? We know if they're same side, they are supplementary, which means they equal 180. So if you're given a set of same side interior angles, the way we solve for it is add them together and set them equal to 180. So 3x plus 60 equals 180. Subtract 60 from both sides. So 3x equals 120. And you've all said we divide by 3, which means x equals 40. So if x equals 40, what is that top angle? 120. Yes. And let me shrink it just a little bit. You're welcome. What can I say? Okay, questions on same side interior, how we solve for it? Okay, do we want to go down or across? Down. I heard Jackie say down. I'm just getting real tired of the start and stop. It's getting real old real fast. We kill a lot of time with the start and stop. So,
Miss Smith,
yes, ma'am.
do you have Kathy Mesa?
I do.
Can you send her to the office? She's leaving.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
She's leaving us. She's like, bye.
What class was I gonna miss?
Okay. Alternate interior angles. Okay. Alternate interior angles. What do we know about alternate interior angles? What does alternate mean? Not on the same side. So they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So this blank here is opposite. If they're interior, so they're what? Inside. So they're non-adjacent angles that lie inside the parallel lines and opposite of your transversal. So, for instance, it would be this one and this one. One is on the left, one is on the right. Or this one and this one. Adjacent angles would be side by side. Okay. Alternate interior angles are congruent. What does congruent mean again? Equal. They're equal or they're the same. So that means, I'm going to blow this up again because I'm sure some of you in the back are like, can't see. Okay. They're congruent. So they're set equal to each other. So 3x equals 139. So we divide by 3. 46.3, you said? That's okay. That's your x. That's not your actual angle. So you're okay. Okay.
Miss Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
Ilana's leaving.
She's down with Mr. Tate.
With Mr. Tate?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let's scooch over to the right. 2 more and we're done. Alternate exterior angles. So we're still alternate. So one has to be on one side of the transversal, one has to be on the other side. But now we're exterior. So we're outside the parallel lines. So these are non-adjacent angles that lie outside the lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So for instance, here and here, or here and here. Okay, so now I'm outside of those parallel lines. And one's on the left and one's on the right of your transversal.
So they're still congruent.
They're still congruent. As long as they are not same side or make a line, they are congruent. Okay, so they're still equal to each other. We're congruent or equal. So that means I would take 2x plus 1 and set it equal to 101. So we'd subtract 1 from both sides. So 2x equals 100. And we divide by 2. So x equals 50. Okay, we got one more set, ladies and gents.
Yay.
Yay!
You're not gonna go see Mr. Beamer.
Because Mr. Beamer gave me Ron's grandma's number
And address.
and told me where she lives.
Oh, why?
Because
Why?
she lives very close to the school. So Ron's dad, I go, hey, grandma. And she walks across the street into Ron's in big trouble. That's what I loved about having my friend Michael, because his mama lived.
Actually, he lives that
Go
way.
up a little
Michael
bit.
lives that way.
Whatever.
Down.
Up, down, around.
Down.
He's right out there. Okay. Corresponding angles have the same position relative to the transversal. The same position relative to the transversal. So remember, this is where we talked intersections. So this is intersection 1. This is intersection 2. So if I'm in the top left of intersection 1, that goes with the top left of intersection 2. The top right of intersection 1 goes with the top right of intersection 2. The bottom left of intersection 1 goes with the bottom left of intersection 2. The bottom right of intersection 1 goes with the bottom right of intersection 2.
I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
Sneeze.
Normally if you say bless you, then you can't sneeze. And it's fine.
No, if you say, if you say, bless you before.
Before you sneeze, it stops them from sneezing.
Apparently.
Apparently.
No.
Okay. If we're corresponding, we are also congruent. Okay, so we're also equal. So 2x plus 1 should equal 63. We subtract 1 from both sides. 2x is 62. And divide by 2. So x is 31. Yes.
Will we ever have to do like 2 parallels crossing each other? Or is it going to be one transversal?
You can have 2 transversals. So you just have to be, and that's actually your project's going to have 6 parallel lines and 2 transversals. So you have to be careful when you put stuff. If you're talking same side, it has to be same side of the same transversal. So it can't be like the right of one transversal and the right of the other. It has to be on the same side of the same transversal. So just be careful with that. Okay. Yes, this will glue in on page 53. Okay, listen. Let me show you this real fast. So stop gluing for a second so I can explain this to you. This is going to go in on page 54. This is your homework tonight. So you've got 4 problems.
Yay!
Okay, so listen. I shortened this because you have a project due on Friday. And if you're not done with it, you need some time to work on it. Okay, so each one of these, I give you a title on what it is. You need to find the picture that goes with each title. Okay, where it says relationship, I want you to put that they're supplementary or congruent. Then I want you to figure out the equation that you would use and solve it. Okay, so match the picture, tell me if it's supplementary or congruent, and then I want you to actually solve for X. Questions?
No.
Fantastic.